Christmas, Getaway turns into a nightmare. Imagine on Christmas's Eve you are tucked away in a cozy cabin with your girlfriend, snow falling softly outside, a crackling fire warming your bones. Life seems good, but what will you do to survive when the romantic weekend getaway quickly spirals into a terrifying nightmare? Sarah and I wanted a private Christmas, and her family's cabin in Vermont was the perfect winter retreat. We bundled up, boarded the train, and left the city behind, excited for the crisp air and fresh powder. The cabin was rustic, off the grid, a charming escape from our modern lives. We spent our days carving through the slopes, decorating the cabin for Christmas Eve, our laughter echoing through the snowy valley. But as dusk settled on our second night, a chilling unease crept in. Sarah snuggled closer as we sipped hot chocolate, the flickering firelight casting shadows on the walls, and we slipped into deep slumber. When I woke up, I realized the music had stopped. A heavy silence descended, broken only by the crackling of the now dying fire, lit in the fireplace. Suddenly, a chilling realization hit me. Sarah's phone lay untouched on the table, but Sarah was nowhere in the cabin. I stepped out into the biting cold, my heart pounding in my chest. The fresh snow muffled my footsteps as I called out Sarah's name, but only the eerie silence responded. I went back inside. Darkness enveloped the cabin. I fumbled to turn on the phone with my almost frozen fingers, but the screen remained stubbornly blank. Panic surged through me. "Sarah?" I whispered, my voice barely a squeak in the suffocating stillness. The answer came in the form of a soft thud from inside, followed by the unmistakable sound of footsteps in the snow, approaching the cabin. Fear turned my legs to jelly. I managed to turn on my phone and flash the light inside the cabin. That's when I saw Sarah huddled in the corner, her eyes wide with terror. "Someone tried to open the door while you were gone," she gasped. I cut the power and hid, as if on cue. A silhouette walked past the window, casting a long, menacing shadow. Our hearts hammered in our chests as we listened to the ominous creak of the porch swing. Suddenly, a floorboard groaned underfoot. We exchanged terrified glances. In a desperate bid for protection, Sarah revealed a hidden cellar beneath the floorboards. Inside, we found a dusty stash of guns, a relic from her grandfather's days. Armed with the antique gun that may not even be in working condition anymore, we sat together trembling. We waited in the darkness, the silence broken only by our ragged breaths. Minutes ticked by, each tick echoing like a death knell. Then we heard it again, the unmistakable sound of steps running. Terror fueled my actions. I raised the gun, aimed at the door, and the antique gun actually fired 2 shots into the air. The sound was deafening in the confined space. A blood-curdling scream ripped through the night, followed by hurried footsteps retreating into the darkness. Sarah called her father, and he arrived soon after. We emerged from the cabin at dawn, shaken but relieved. As we drove away, I glanced back at the cabin. It stood silent, yet the memory of what transpired within its walls would forever be etched in my memory. To this day, I still don't know who lurked in the shadows that night, or what their intentions were. Was it a deranged animal, a thief, or something far more sinister? The answer remains buried beneath the snow, a chilling mystery that haunts me to this very day.